Hey Outlanders, Vigor partner DJ Spencer here with details about Season 21, which will be called Bloodline. Vigor has been teasing Season 21 for about a week now on their socials. Although there is no official launch date, I'm recording this video on November 29th, and the Season 20 Battle Pass is indicating 4 days left in the season, which means Season 21 could potentially start on December 4th. Just a reminder, this is the preview build, so things may change when the season launches. Here's what's new in Season 21. Bloodline season has arrived to the Battle Pass. The charity box becomes the donation hub. Inventory weight system changes and improvements. Brand new bleeding effect for knives, bear traps, and crossbow. The bear traps has also been reworked. And a new premium pack called Lawkeeper. Just like the last two seasons, to complete the Battle Pass will require 5,194,900 XP. The Battle Pass still offers a total of 135% XP boosters, and for those who complete the Battle Pass, they will earn 700 crowns. This season's Battle Pass theme is somewhat inspired by cults. Let me know in the comments below if there's any cosmetics that you like in particular. The charity box has been revamped and is now called the Donation Hub. Outlanders will now be able to donate any type of resources and or building materials to earn gratitude from Dr. Asimov on a weekly basis. The higher the rarity of the resource, the more gratitude you will earn. Donations can be made in increments of 10, 100, or 1,000. The more gratitude you earn, the higher tier the reward will be. However, the reward will be one crate, unlike the charity box where you earned a crate for each tier you reached. The highest tier reward of the Donation Hub is a newly created crate called the Donation Crate. This crate will provide only one item instead of 3 items that all the other various crates provide. The donation crate has a high chance of containing a crafting plant. If an Outlander owns all the crafting plans, they will receive 2 special issue crates or 2 booster tickets. One thing to note, food has had its rarity changed from rare, which was blue, to plentiful, which is white. However, the XP for looting and retrieving food from an encounter remains unchanged at this time. The donation hub has also been added to the leaderboards, so Outlanders can now see how generous they are compared to other Outlanders. There are also daily and seasonal challenges related to the donation hub that have been added to the challenge pool. Next up is the inventory weight system changes and improvements. You will now be able to see a bar with 3 sections indicating the current loadout and inventory weight, both in shelter and in an encounter. Depending on the current weight of your loadout, the bar will be marked in white if the weight falls within the first section, yellow if it reaches the second section, and I'm not quite sure, but I believe it's red for the third section, but I wasn't able to confirm it. There will also be an icon next to your stamina bar once you've exceeded the minimum weight category. As you hover over items, any potential increases will be marked in green. If you hover over an item to remove or delete it from your loadout, the weight adjustment will be marked in gray. We don't know all the details regarding this change, but one thing that concerns me is that weapons don't appear to be included in the weight calculations, while ammo has a very minor effect. Another thing I did notice, if the airdrop has been made overweight through the comm stations, it appears to have the same weight as a standard airdrop. I also found it a little odd that a vinyl record is heavier than some resources and even weapons of any sort. Hopefully, we can see some changes to this sooner rather than later. One really nice addition this season that the community has been asking for some time is a bleeding effect, which applies to the crossbow, knives, and bear traps. This also comes with a change to bandages, where a bandage will now stop a bleed or heal half of the missing health. It won't do both. After taking damage from a crossbow, knife, or bear trap, you will see a bleeding icon next to your health bar, similar to a radiation icon. The bleeding effect can be stacked up to 3 times, with each step increasing the rate your health is reduced. The bleeding will stop if you can apply a bandage or if you use any other healing consumable until the bleed stops on its own, which isn't as effective as using a bandage. For example, if you step in a bear trap, the bleeding will stop on its own without applying any heals, with roughly 10 HP remaining. Another thing to note, even if you're wearing an armor plate and take damage from a crossbow, it will still apply the bleeding effect from within a certain range. Thanks to fellow Vigor partner Mad Wasted for helping test the bleed effect on the preview build. On a related note, the bear traps have been reworked to make them slightly more effective. Although the damage does not appear to have changed from previous seasons, the bear traps will now apply damage, stun, and the bleed effect, while also completely draining the stamina, which will have to regenerate. Also, the max stamina is no longer reduced when stepping in a bear trap, as was in the previous seasons. Making a comeback in Season 21, well, sort of, are rifle crosshairs. Any rifle without a scope will once again have crosshairs. So good news for the Mosin Nagant, VZ52, SKS, and M2 carbine users. An unexpected change this season, Outlanders will be prompted when starting a phone duel and asked to confirm or given the option to not start a phone duel. If the phone duel goes unanswered, the Outlander is visually notified in the left-hand portion of the screen. All these visual prompts still appear if you have turned off subtitles in your game settings. I was unable to test any prompts you may get if and when someone answered your phone duel, if your phone duel died to another Outlander, or if you won the phone duel. As mentioned in one of the latest Vigor Explained video series, Crossplay is coming in Season 21. Initially, it will be similar to the crossplay between Xbox and Nintendo Switch, where each console will be part of a unified matchmaking pool with plans to add cross platform invites in the near future. Outlanders will be able to opt out of crossplay by going into their game settings and setting crossplay to off. If crossplay has been disabled, they will be matched with their own platform. However, this may affect matchmaking times. If you recall, leading up to season 18, I made a video about Anakin having locked exits. This was supposedly a bug, but speculation was that they might try to introduce a new game mechanic of randomly locking exits. Well, guess what? They're back. Anakin will see 2 random exits locked with the resource type required changing in each encounter. Anakin isn't the only map seeing the new dynamic locked exits. The boat exits along the river on both Sogbrook and Ikeven now use different resource types for each encounter. Both battery maps have seen the number of locked exits changed and the resources changing with each encounter. This is an unexpected change, however, I do like it as it brings a different dynamic to each encounter now. Outlanders will have to think about which exit they want to use and make sure that they do have the resources required to get out. There's been a UI change to the main menu in your shelter where you select which game mode you want to play, how you enable lone wolf mode for encounters, and how you invite friends as well. So there you have it, Outlanders, Season 21, Bloodline. I think it's great that we're getting a bleed mechanic, that we're getting the crosshairs backed on the non-scoped rifles, and the new dynamic exits for a few maps, which will really change the gameplay for those encounters. I'm kind of indifferent that we're not getting a new weapon or consumable because there's so many already, and let's be honest, there's a lot of them that aren't even being used. The one thing I'm really disappointed in is the XP requirement for the battle pass still hasn't changed. Buying a battle pass shouldn't feel like you're making a gaming career decision to dedicate your life to playing just one game for 3 months. It's not friendly whatsoever to new players, which Vigor has actually been focusing on the last few years. For the donation hub, I'm glad we could donate other materials as I have a ton since I've completed my shelter a long time ago. But myself and a number of other partners believe that we should be getting all the rewards and not just a single reward tier. I think it's great that the donation crate will give the greatest odds of getting a crafting plan, but the amount required may need to be tweaked. I do think that requiring that many materials may force players to loot more, which actually might be a good thing since the gameplay has gone very kill centric the last few years for a variety of reasons. I apologize for the lateness of my video. I was hoping to get it out sooner, but real life situations just came up and I didn't have time. And I was hoping to do some more thorough testing and checking in on bugs and whatnot. But it is what it is. I hope you guys enjoy the video. I've gone as thorough as I could. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe, and hit that notification button. It does help me out a lot. And let me know what you think in the comments below. Yeah, stay safe in the Outlands.